Hi, I'm John Leonard, the city's revenue manager. Thank you for taking the time to view this presentation of the city's 2014 through 15 operating budget and capital work plan. During this presentation, I will provide an overview of the city's budget, fiscal policies, major revenue sources, as well as our spending plan for the upcoming fiscal year. So why does the city adopt a budget? Partially due to law, although there is no direct requirement to adopt a budget. The state constitution contains a restriction on requiring the cities to balance liabilities and revenues annually, which effectively requires cities to adopt a balanced budget. But the main reason we do it is good fiscal practices. The city generally follows guidelines established by the Government Finance Officers Association, a national organization charged with developing and promoting the best practices in government finance. And for instituting best financial practices, the city has received distinguished budget awards and certificates of excellence for our budgets and comprehensive annual financial reports for over 15 years from both the state and national professional government finance associations. We have also earned AA+ ratings for our lease revenue bonds and an implied AAA rating for our general obligation bonds, both of which are the highest possible ratings for their respective bond types. These ratings reflect the city's strong financial position, prudent management practices, and comprehensive fiscal policies. We comply with the generally accepted accounting principles established by the Government Accounting Standards Board. We maintain a balanced operating budget with ongoing revenue equal to or greater than ongoing expenditures. We require proprietary funds to be self-reporting. We will maintain a working reserve of 20% and an emergency reserve equal to 5% of our general fund budget. Any new or expanded programs require a new funding source or will be offset by a reduction to existing programs. We maintain a 5-year capital improvement plan and a 20-year financial forecast. We use long-term financing methods for capital improvements instead of operating revenue. We ensure service delivery is both efficient and effective. And lastly, we will require each appropriation item to include a fiscal impact analysis prior to formal agendizing. So now that we've talked about our fiscal policies, let's explore the budget. The budget is a policy document. It is the financial plan of our governmental operations. It includes each department's work plans toward accomplishing the city's strategic plan and general plan. We have a 2-year budget cycle which updates every 6 months. It is comprised of a general fund and special funds that include revenues, operating expenditures, capital projects, and fund balance. If you think of our budget as a pie, about 71% of it, or $79 million, is the general fund, which pays for most of our programs and services, and 29%, or $33 million, are restricted for special purposes. This presentation will focus on the general fund portion, since those are the funds that the city has the most discretion in allocating. So let's think of the budget as your personal bank account. You have an opening fund balance at the beginning of the year. You have income you expect to receive during the year. You have expenditures for your food, housing, etc., and you may plan to have a one-time home improvement, such as a kitchen remodel. Then at the end of the year, you'll have whatever is remaining. So in the city's case, we have a $78 million fund balance at the beginning of the 2014 through 15 fiscal year. Our projected revenue is $79 million. Our ongoing operating costs are $77 million, and we have $1.75 million budgeted for capital improvements. So we have an expectation of a $78 million fund balance at the end of the fiscal year. The largest portion of the city's general fund revenue comes from taxes, such as sales tax, property tax, and hotel tax, also known as transient occupancy tax, or TOT, at about $50 million. The next largest source is fines and penalties, such as vehicle and code violations at $10 million. The next is use of money and property, or interest, at 8%. And then we have various other revenues making up about 14% of our general fund revenue. Of our tax revenue, the largest source is transient occupancy tax, or hotel tax. This is also one of the most volatile sources of revenue when there's an economic downturn, such as the one we recently experienced. But we are currently seeing our highest level of TOT revenue in our history, with hotel tax projected at $20 million. Another area of growth is sales tax. The city receives 1 cent of the sales tax paid at the registers. Sales tax revenues have continually, slowly increased with growing consumer confidence. It is projected at $12.9 million in this budget. Property tax is another main source of tax revenue. Property is only assessed when it is sold or there is new construction, so most properties only receive an annual value increase of 2%. historically keeping property tax fairly stable. However, we anticipate property tax will increase by about 9% this year, as property values have begun to increase as the economy has improved and new developments such as the PDC Red building have been completed. We project $12.9 million in property tax revenue for the upcoming year. Our fourth major source of tax revenue is business license tax at $2.5 million, and all other taxes combined for $2.2 million. Although none of us like to receive a parking citation, fines must be set at a rate to encourage compliance for the benefit of the community as a whole. Revenue generated above the cost of issuing the citations goes into the general fund and is used to pay for programs that benefit the community. The next largest source is vehicle code and photo safety fines. This generates about $975,000 per year. Our administrative remedies program, which includes the citations our code compliance officers issue for code violations, generates about $175,000 a year. Business tax penalties generate about $100,000 a year, and other penalties combine for $54,000. The next category of revenue is permits. With the economy growing, the city has seen an increase in construction activity. Construction permits are budgeted at $2.3 million, planning permits at $900,000, and other permits combined for a total of $1.5 million. The last category of revenue we will look at is charges for service. The largest portion is rent stabilization fees, which are paid by property owners for rent-stabilized units. That total is $1.85 million. This budget includes $327,000 in revenue for various recreation programs the city provides. Our other services combine for $363,000. So now let's look at the expenditures. As a service provider, our largest expenditure is personnel costs, because our city employees provide many of the services available to our constituents. Our next largest expense is public safety, specifically our contract with Los Angeles County Sheriff. Following that, the next largest single expense is our social service contracts. Our social service contract budget has increased by 2% this year, which has been the typical increase in prior years. As a contract city, we have a large variety of contracts. This budget includes funding for contracts for a variety of new studies, including an aging in place study, comprehensive fee study to update the city's development fees as well as other fees, a study of the city's park ordinance, funds to hire a lobbyist to lobby MTA to extend rail services to the city, as well as grant writing services. We have also budgeted for financing uses, which pay our debt service, capital projects, and other operating costs. If you would like to view a copy of the city's budget or additional information regarding the budget, please visit the city's website, www.weho.org/budget. Any questions or comments regarding the city budget can be emailed to budget@weho.org. I would now like to hand it off to our city manager, Paul Arvalo, who will discuss some of the major themes of this year's budget.
Hi, I'm Paul Arvalo, the West Hollywood City Manager, and I want to personally thank you for taking the time to watch this video explaining the city's budget process and work program for the next 2 years. We strive to be a city with an emotional connection to its identity, culture, and physical environment, a community of residents, businesses, and visitors who expect the best from the city they love. To help us live up to these expectations, the community developed a visionary strategic plan that keeps us focused on long-term goals and objectives. Fortunately for the City of West Hollywood, our budget remains structurally sound as we balance ongoing revenues with the provision of our ongoing programs and services. In the coming years, all basic services will continue to be funded, from public safety and infrastructure to arts and recreation. Additionally, increased resources will be programmed to assist our social service partners to address homelessness, aging in place, and our commitment to keep West Hollywood an affordable place to live. Our budget work program will also place added emphasis on expanding our community engagement efforts, taking City Hall to you. Advancement of technology and user interface tools making access to City Hall seamless and efficient. Expanding our citywide art program. Managing capital projects such as the City Hall Automated Garage. Advancing the design for Phase 2 of West Hollywood Park. We'll carefully manage the numerous developments in the city, from new hotels on Sunset to new mixed housing projects on the city's east side. We'll continue to ensure West Hollywood offers an attractive and friendly business environment for all businesses to thrive. Most importantly, we will work to welcome our new residents and businesses moving into the new developments on the east side, hoping that they too will love their city. Once again, thank you for your interest and participation.
Hello, I'm Sam Baxter, Assistant City Manager with the City of West Hollywood. The City Manager's Department implements the vision, ongoing programs, and strategic initiatives of the West Hollywood City Council. In addition, the department ensures that the delivery of city services and operations remain true to and consistent with the city's mission statement and core values. The department includes 4 divisions: the Economic Development Division, Legal Services, Strategic Initiatives, and the Public Information Office. In addition, the department oversees 2 contracts with law firms, which provides city attorney services and prosecution services. In consideration of the upcoming 2-year budget, which begins July 1st of this year and ends on June 30th of 2016, major priorities of the department include providing leadership, executive direction, and oversight to all city operations and services, making sure that our local government responds in a timely and effective manner to the needs of the community, ensuring that city management and staff work collaboratively to provide excellent service and to address the issues and concerns of our constituency, reinforcing the City of West Hollywood as an epicenter for art, fashion, design, and entertainment by nurturing our local creative industries and population, and by supporting unique arts, events, and culture opportunities in managing a business retention, attraction, and expansion program. Managing the city's large-scale capital improvement projects to develop premier public facilities, parks, and open space that reward the community and assert our permanence as a world-class city. Such projects include the Phase 2 West Hollywood Park with a new Parks and Recreation facility and 2 rooftop swimming pools, and the automated parking garage at City Hall, which is currently under construction. Continuing to expand the role of the Legal Services Division related to the prosecution of violations of the municipal code, as well as advising the City Council and staff on legal matters. In addition to adjudicating appeals brought forward by residents and visitors and providing alternative resolutions of dispute through mediation services, plus working with the city's lobbyists and staff to advance the city's legislative priorities. Continue to promote civic engagement in addition to providing public relations and promotional support to city programs, services, strategic initiatives, and capital projects. And the integration of a strategic planning process with a branding component, plus the implementation of sophisticated new digital media tools with active social media accounts across multiple platforms. For more information about the City of West Hollywood and the upcoming 2-year budget, please visit the city's website at www.weho.org. Thank you.
Hello, I'm David Wilson, Director of Finance and Technology Services, which includes Revenue Management, General Accounting, and Information Technology. We are responsible for assuring integrity in the management of the city's resources. The department is committed to implementing techniques and strategies that result in effective internal controls, impartial revenue collections, sound budgeting, responsible fiscal management, and innovative technological advancements. Our major accomplishments for the 2013-2014 fiscal year were: we worked with a third-party audit firm to thoroughly review and update our financial policies and procedures. We secured new banking and credit card processing service providers to enhance payment options for our constituents, including online payments, electronic transfers, and the use of American Express. We enhanced our business relationships and collection efforts of assessments and transient occupancy taxes from the Sunset Strip Business Improvement District, Design District Business Improvement District, and the city's 18 hotels. We issued $19 million in bonds to fund construction of the automated parking garage and community plaza, along with improvements to the Worley building, and refunded $9 million in previously issued bonds to reduce interest payments. We worked with various departments to implement new technologies that allow our constituents to have greater access to information, including an open data platform that allows users to view and utilize the city's data, and a customer relationship management system that allows citizens to report issues or make service requests online and via a mobile app. Our work plan highlights for the 2014-2016 budget are strengthening our risk management functions to greater increase the safety of our constituents and employees, conducting an analysis of the impact of the city's various special events, including economic, social media, and intangible impacts, performing a comprehensive study of all the city's fees to ensure that all of our service fees are maintained at an appropriate level, and seeking additional grant funding to ensure we are maximizing our funding opportunities. Developing the financing structure for the $82 million West Hollywood Park Phase 2 implementation project, which will include the issuance of bonds, a cash contribution, and other funding sources. Evaluating and beginning implementation of a fiber optic cable infrastructure that can be used to support a Wi-Fi network for emergency communications, surveillance cameras, traffic control equipment, parking meters, private businesses, and more. Please feel free to contact the Department of Finance and Technology Services if you have any questions. We look forward to working with and serving our constituents in the coming year.
I'm Stephanie DeWolf, the Community Development Director. The Community Development Department is responsible for managing the city's urban environment in a way that manages the needs of residents, businesses, and visitors. Our goals are to protect and enhance neighborhoods, strengthen the local economy, improve mobility and access throughout the city, and increase sustainability and conservation. In addition, 3 core principles guide our work: participation, responsiveness, and innovation. Last year, in line with these goals and principles, we began developing a new focus on long-range planning. Long-range planning is about envisioning the future and creating a blueprint to guide future growth. This year, we will be pursuing several major long-range planning projects in response to community concerns. Those include a community plan for the East Side, both a commercial district plan and residential guidelines for the West Side, and a new approach to regulating billboards on the Sunset Strip to stimulate more creative installations. Finally, we are always looking for new ways to integrate technology to improve customer service and increase dialogue with the community. This year, we'll be implementing a new online permitting system that will provide an increased level of customer service and information availability over the internet.
Hi, I'm Kristen Cook, Director of the Public Safety Department.
And I'm Captain Gary Honings of West Hollywood Sheriff Station.
The Public Safety Department provides oversight of law enforcement and coordinates community programs to reduce crime and increase the quality of life for our citizens, businesses, and visitors to West Hollywood. Our goals are to deter crime, to provide community-oriented policing, to focus on neighborhood livability, and to maintain a safe environment for residents and visitors. Our major priorities for the 2014-2015 fiscal year include
maintaining ongoing diversity and sensitivity training for all sheriff's personnel, continuing to promote a community-oriented approach to policing to enhance neighborhood safety and nuisance abatement, evaluating and monitoring deployment and redirect patrol resources in the most efficient manner, including special crime suppression deployments when necessary.
continuing to collaborate with the business community regarding safety issues to ensure a safe environment, and expanding the Security Ambassador bicycle team along Santa Monica Boulevard and the surrounding streets.
And we look forward to providing great customer service during fiscal year 2014 and 2015.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth Savage. I'm the Director of Human Services and Rent Stabilization. Our department has 4 divisions: Recreation Services, Social Services, Rent Stabilization and Housing, and Special Events. The Recreation Services Division provides wellness and community activities through the parks, from adult programs such as tennis and swimming to youth programs such as summer camp. We address the recreational needs of a broad spectrum of residents. In the next fiscal year, the Recreation Division will work to develop vibrant new programs for Phase 2 of the West Hollywood Park. The construction will be starting soon. We will be ready with new park regulations and rules, but also some very good programming in that expanded park. The Social Services Division works with $4.2 million of funding for social service provision to the city's community. This money helps provide meals, health services, and other needs are met through these funds, and it is an important part of how the city cares about its people. The Rent Stabilization and Housing Division administrates the Rent Stabilization Ordinance, which has been in place for 30 years. It was the first ordinance passed by the city. The Rent Stabilization Ordinance allows for the fair administration of rental laws between landlords and tenants. The Housing Division oversees affordable housing and helping especially special needs households, those that perhaps have mental illness or not just low income but have additional special needs. The Social Services Division and Rent Stabilization and Housing Division both will be working together this year on an Aging in Place initiative that has two components. One is to make sure that the frail elderly are cared for and that there aren't any gaps in service, especially in light of the Affordable Care Act changes, and also there may be some additional coverages available for people. We want to make sure they're getting those. And second, that some of the older buildings, we look at those to add handrails, add greater safety and accessibility to them. We'll be working with a couple of landlords to look at that issue. The Special Events Division makes sure that the large special events and even the smaller business special events don't disturb the neighborhoods excessively. Yes, we have large events, it's part of what the city does, but we really make sure that the cleanup is prompt, that the logistics are strongly done so that your wellness continues and that your quality of residential life coexists with the commercial parts of the city. As you can hear, this department does a lot, and we really care and provide service to people. So if you have any issues or concerns, please call me directly. My name again is Elizabeth Savage. I can be reached at 323-848-6490. Thank you so much.
Hello, I'm Oscar Delgado, Director of Public Works. The Department of Public Works is responsible for managing and maintaining the city's infrastructure, including all city-owned or leased buildings, all city streets and parks, medians, and associated landscape areas. The department oversees the city's parking operations, which includes the management of all on-street and off-street parking, permit parking, and parking enforcement. We also provide comprehensive regulatory oversight of businesses and property owners in an effort to maintain the quality of life for our residents while providing support to our business community. The department includes 4 divisions: engineering, facilities and field services, parking, and code compliance. Our major priorities for the 2014-2015 fiscal year include, as part of the city's 25th anniversary campaign, the construction for the City Hall Automated Garage and Community Plaza project began in March of 2014 with a scheduled completion for the fall of 2015. Once completed, this project will bring much-needed parking and open space to the Mid-City area. Our engineering division will begin the construction and implementation of the grant-funded Metro Rapid Bus Traffic Signal Priority System. The project involves infrastructure upgrades to 28 signalized intersections with communication technology to improve bus speeds and schedules for 5 regional bus lines which pass through our city. Engineering will also begin installing rectangular rapid flashing beacons to improve pedestrian visibility at 3 more unsignalized crosswalks, including Santa Monica Boulevard at Hancock Avenue, Santa Monica Boulevard at Palm Avenue, San Vicente Boulevard at West Hollywood Park Library. Our Facilities and Field Services Division will be undertaking a variety of capital maintenance improvement projects, providing upgrades to city buildings, facilities, and parks, including the Worley Building and Kings Road Park. During the next fiscal year, our Parking Division will begin testing on-street sensors that are designed to communicate with our on-street meters in an effort to provide real-time occupancy to visitors via the web or mobile application. Along with this project, the Parking Division will also be working on a request for proposals to purchase and install parking wayfinding signs that will direct visitors to off-street parking facilities. The on-street sensors and wayfinding signs will provide visitors with current information about the city's parking locations, rates, hours of operation, and parking availability. The on-street sensors and wayfinding signs will provide visitors with current information about the city's parking locations, rates, hours of operation, and parking availability.
I'm Lenita Bach. I'm the Director of Human Resources and Administrative Services. First of all, thank you for taking the time to watch this video and learn about us. Our department consists of 3 divisions: the City Clerk's Division, the Human Resources Division, and Administrative Services. The department's overall focus is to provide support, leadership, and direction throughout the city in areas including organizational development, labor relations, staff development, recruitment and selection, election administration, and records management. The past 2 years have been full of happy memories and making history with the 650 marriage ceremonies performed under the City Clerk Division. On the innovative side, the City Clerk implemented a new software program where archived and current city documents are right at our fingertips, which increases efficiency and responding to requests from the public. This next year is an election year, so once again the City Clerk's office will be very busy. Be sure to vote and encourage your West Hollywood friends and neighbors to vote on March 3rd, 2015. Standing out in a crowd is not difficult for West Hollywood, but finding the applicant who is the right fit for our organization requires a more creative touch. Human Resources implemented specialized assessment processes to draw out specific knowledge, skills, and abilities, and ensured our core values and diverse work culture is incorporated in the marketing of our recruitment. Human Resources is always looking for innovative ways to improve the application process. This year we implemented a job application tool that allows applicants to apply on the go from their tablets, iPads, and smartphones, which makes the process easy to use and increases accessibility. Finally, the City of West Hollywood offers a fun and positive environment that embraces diverse backgrounds, encourages a creative spirit, and rewards dedication to our most important goal: responding to the unique needs of our community and finding the best employees to serve you. Again, thank you for your time.